You're completely not telling this properly. I'm going to drop kick you all the way to Kindness Aberdeen.
Wild Til 9. Are you ready?
Yep, let's go home. Hey guys, it's boyfriend and my girlfriend.
Hi, I'm girlfriend.
Hi, my name is Jeremy and this is my girlfriend Lauren.
Hi, I'm girlfriend.
Did you want to go ahead and just introduce yourself to the audience?
I'm girlfriend. I did.
Okay.
I'm girlfriend.
What makes you you?
I am Jeremy's girlfriend.
Okay.
And I'm also the girlfriend of the Jeremy Lewis.
Okay, got it. That is the resume. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, welcome back to the #1 show in Latvia. And as of this week,
breaking news.
Did you want to share the big news?
We are also the #1 show in Tasmania.
That's not what I was thinking.
Oh, did you know that we have a friend from Tasmania?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a couple actually.
No, I think just one. I'm pretty sure Kane is just from Tasmania, right? Tasmania?
Is Sarah not from Tasmania?
No, I don't think so.
Got it.
Yeah, can't remember. Anyways.
Welcome back to the #1 show in Latvia, Tasmania, and Brazil.
Woo!
It's definitely not the #1 show in Brazil, but I did see we were trending there and India. So
that's exciting.
If you're from Brazil or India or Tasmania, we're on somewhere between the #1 and 10,000th show. Only you can make that delta smaller.
I love that. Also, I just realized that we look like a motherfucking San Pellegrino ad over here. And I just want you to know, San Pellegrino, that our DMs are open in the event. I should rip this fucking label off. No free promo.
Supporting small businesses like San Pellegrino.
Small businesses, my ass.
I wonder who owns San Pellegrino.
I don't know. I feel like this is not the riveting conversation that people were signing up for today when they clicked into the podcast.
Yeah, let's talk about you launching your OnlyFans. That'll get the fucking clicks going. Go.
I'm not kidding. I have had a few DM requests to ask for an OnlyFans.
Nestle owns San Pellegrino.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, Nestle did a great job of like diversifying their portfolio to make it feel like they were doing something luxe.
I think Nestle does a lot more than you think they do.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
So anyway, going back to, are you starting OnlyFans? Is that a thing?
No, I'm not starting an OnlyFans. I don't think that I would be able to keep my HBO Max show. Like, although Craftopia is not a kid's show, especially season 2. Season 2 is like edgy. It's adult crafters. The judges are edgy, and they let us like be a little more off the cuff and like sassy.
Ooh.
So although Craftopia is not a kid's show, and HBO Max is by far not a kid's fucking network, I don't know if they would allow an OnlyFans. I think they might draw the line there for me.
I mean, I think there's an argument both sides.
Yeah.
And needless to say, I don't necessarily, think it's a great idea for you to start OnlyFans, but I also think it's a bad idea.
Here's the thing. I think my revenue streams right now are quite diversified, and I'm happy as to where I am. But that's not to say that I would be against throwing up a bikini photo to make a lot of money. Spoob.
Yes.
And for the caption person, that is SHBOOB. Spoob.
Did you want to use that in a sentence?
Hello, Spoob. How was your day this week?
Country of origin?
Los Angeles, California.
Country
USA.
of origin. Okay, got it. Yeah.
Spoob. I've seen it with a C, an SCHBOOB, and I've also seen spoop. People think it's spoop.
It's not spoop.
It's not spoop.
It's not spoop.
It's spoob.
As in what? Boob and
Boob with a sh on the beginning of it.
And how do we get there?
I don't know. I literally have no idea.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I think we said that. We said newts, which are nuts.
We said newts, but no one said anything about it.
Really?
Yeah. In the last podcast, we ended the recording. We're like, we said a lot of weird shit. Also, like, this happens. Maybe it's just my relationships, but like, no. You know what? I feel like this is widespread. Is that like when you date someone long enough, you have your own vocabulary.
Okay, go on.
Right?
Like,
I don't know. Spoob is like our pet name. So instead of saying babe, which is not, we don't not say babe, but spoob is much more frequent.
Right.
And then for nuts, you would say newts.
Newts. Right.
Moose is bubbies.
Bubbies.
For the most part.
Yeah.
Or
bobbers.
schnoog.
Schnoog. Which would be SHNOOG.
Yeah, schnoog.
Got it.
Yeah. That one's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
What else?
I would love, and it's funny because I can't think about wherever these came from.
Yeah.
But I agree.
Right.
And I'd almost go as far as say that if you don't have your own language with your partner,
right,
I'm not sure that I'm buying into that relationship.
I agree. I agree.
No one cares whether we buy into the relationship or not. I'm just saying that I've noticed a pattern in healthy relationships where we make up our own language, similar to like a pig Latin, but less structure,
Yes.
and assign that at will.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
In fact, Lauren would, if I were to use her name, in fact, in the last week, I could think of a time or two where I've used her name, and it's as if I insulted her entire lineage when I say, Lauren, this. Like, what? I thought you're mad at me for using my name.
Okay, there's some like past relationship PTSD there that we don't need to go into, but I do think it's what? What?
Would you just gonna cut them out of the conversation?
I dated someone who no. It was okay, so it was out of resentment where they knew that I wanted to like use babe or anything, literally anything except
You wanted
for
to
like
use some pet names, didn't you?
I wanted to use pet
you wanted
names.
some little Nicky names.
some Nicky names.
I get it.
Yeah. Ooh, another one of ours is Buddy Cheeks.
Ooh.
Buddy Cheeks.
What else are they called?
I don't know. I only know them as Buddy Cheeks.
Yeah.
So anyways, I was in a relationship where they knew that I wanted to use anything except for like your full last name. And because they knew that I wanted that, they went out of their way to make sure that that never happened. So like it was just always Lauren, no matter what the circumstances were. And because I knew it was out of a place of resentment, it like every time they would say my name, it was just like, like getting like a little like to the face.
Were those nuts to the face or what?
No. That'd be more like a.
You know.
Yeah, definitely.
No.
So no. Anyway,
now I can't use your name without you thinking.
It makes me like
resentment?
flinch. It makes me flinch.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think maybe you should talk about that in therapy for a little bit, just on the off chance. I don't know. I use your name. Well.
There's a time and place for it. Like when you're in public, like obviously if I yelled out "spoob" across the grocery store, you would for sure turn around. But in a public place, like it is very normal to be like, Jeremy.
What is? Let's play a game of trivia. What is
Yeah.
the nickname that I cannot stand?
That you can't stand. Oh. Jer Bear.
No.
Oh,
No,
it's
no,
not
no.
Jer Bear?
No.
Oh.
No, not for me.
Oh.
A nickname that is commonly used or a word or a thing. Three letters.
3 letters?
And
So
used
you-
non-ironically.
So you don't like saying it to someone?
I would never say this. To
You would never
somebody.
say, and you don't like when you hear someone say
Yeah.
3 letters?
Bay.
Oh,
Bay.
Bay.
Just Bay.
Oh, Bay. Yeah,
I just can't do it.
Bay is tough. I feel like Bay is out now. Like people were really obsessed with Bay for a long time, but I feel like Bay has had its time.
Run its course.
And it's retired. Bay is
Time to-
retired.
It's time to move on.
It's time to move on.
And
Yeah.
eventually Spoob will move on.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't know if it will.
No, we'll move on.
This is the stickiest one we've ever had.
Oh, sticky.
Okay, well, you know what I mean? Like this is the most long lasting. This is the most longevity.
The most long?
The most long
Yeah.
that we've ever
Another nickname for me.
had one. The most long.
And if you're audio only, Lauren's face looks like she's welcoming and warm to that suggestion.
Well,
The amount of times Lauren looks at me as if I have the smallest penis on this podcast, I swear to God.
the longest.
That was okay.
The longest.
Okay.
But also like when I think of really, really long, I think of a pencil dick. And you don't want that. So like I like now I feel like I have to go out of my way to say like it is of great
Well, consider me entertained for this one.
I was gonna use the word girth, but I just can't even get
I
through
knew you
it.
couldn't. I knew you couldn't.
I can't get through it seriously.
Go ahead.
No, but when you think of like the longest, I think of and we've spoken about the pencil dick in past episodes.
Yeah.
And I just the pencil dick gives me like the icks a
So
little
are
bit.
you saying I'm the most proportional?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
It
I'll
is
take
of
that.
it is of great length and great girth.
And even greater proportion.
I hate the word girth. It's a horrible.
What would you like to use instead?
There's no other way. That's why I had to use it because there's no other alternatives.
If you were to use a sound effect to describe the word girth, what would you go with?
Yeah.
Nah. I'll give you mine.
Okay. Ew, I hated that. Yeah,
What?
It was accurate for
Yeah.
sure. It was accurate for sure.
What-
but like,
what's
okay,
the
but
word
like,
called?
what's what?
What's the word called when a word sounds like what it is? Like
I've
boom.
no fucking idea.
Onomatopoeia?
Onomatopoeia?
Yeah, it's not that.
You were really on your own for this one. I just want to let you know.
Onomatopoeia.
It is onomatopoeia?
Yeah.
Let's
Onomatopoeia is the
go.
process of creating a word that phonetically imitates, resembles, or suggests the sound Don't cut that, Anna. We'll just keep that right in there. Or suggests the sound that it describes. Such a word itself is also called an onomatopoeia. Common onomatopoeias include animal noises such as oink, meow, roar, or chirp.
Huh.
Boom.
Onomatopoeia.
Not to be confused with girth. So now that we've established all of that, and
I don't even know how we got here. How did we get here?
Our own language.
Own language. Spoob.
Yep.
How do we get to dicks though? How do we get over
We
here?
always get to dicks.
I know. How do we get here?
Let's
Let's backtrack.
Beep,
Yeah,
beep,
beep.
beep. Another onomatopoeia.
Beep.
Mm.
Beep.
Beep.
You're right.
Lauren, would you like to describe your, did you like to give us your mental health rating this week?
Ooh, yes, I would. So I have been rating my mental health at the end of every day. I jot down a few notes of how my day was, what my triggers were, and just like overall what I did. Very helpful, honestly. If someone is experiencing anxiety or also just like trying out medication, or also just if you're fucking curious how your brain is doing. My brain did not have a great week this week, as it has not for the past 4 months.
You know, it's been a downward trend.
Right.
But you know what comes after downward trends?
Rock bottom.
No.
Oh.
Up
Lower than rock bottom?
to the moon.
To the moon.
Up and to the right.
To the moon.
Just like your portfolio.
There's a SpongeBob episode where he hits rock bottom and it's like a city. And that's where I feel like my brain is at right now.
A city, rock bottom.
Is the city called rock bottom?
As opposed to bikini bottom.
Yeah, I would like to be in Bikini Bottom. That is the goal.
I would like you to be in Bikini
Bottom.
Bottoms.
And so anyway, mental health rating of the week is probably about a see, I'm teetering on a 5.9 and a 6.1. Somewhere in between those two ratings is probably where I'd sit myself for this past week. But I've decided that I no longer want to be in rock bottom. And this is always what happens with anxiety medication, is that you don't realize that shit has been so bad for so long because you're waiting for your new meds to kick in. And then all of a sudden 3 to 4 months go by and you're like, damn, I still feel bad.
I think
and
that's
then,
like probably applies to a lot of life.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And then it usually takes someone in your life from an outsider perspective to be like, damn, you've been rough for like a couple months. And you're like, holy shit, I have been like really bad for so long. So,
And who is that?
that was you.
Okay, got it.
That said that.
Is that me that's saying like you've
Yes.
been on a downward trajectory?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But it's not a bad thing. It really just like stops you in your tracks and you're like, oh my God, like I have just been getting continuously worse. And like the goal when I started changing meds was to get better.
Right. You didn't say, let's fuck around with what's going on real quick and just see what happens.
Right. Like you don't change meds when things are going well.
No.
Like
Very few times do you do anything different when things are going well, actually.
right. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, yeah, I think that's actually playing into our larger theme here today. But
It is. So anyways, I've decided that I have been in the city of rock bottom for too long. I would like to start not being population Lauren in rock bottom. And so I am on a new journey of medication change, which my psychiatrist hasn't acknowledged yet, but there is an email in his inbox as of last night.
Oh, okay. So this change is you driven.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh
got
yeah.
it.
Well, I mean, a lot of times you have to kind of be the one in the driver's seat to be like, hey, I don't know if this is doing anything. If not, it's making it worse. Hello. Because he's just there to give you information to be like based on your side effects, based on like all those like tests they run on my brain. And he's just there to like give his best
Guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel good about that?
I don't feel like I could feel worse about it.
I don't think you should say that. I think there's always a world where you can feel worse.
Sure. But like, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm being a realist. Normally, I am an optimist in almost every respect. But me and my brain we're beefing right now.
Okay.
We are beefing, and it's not a good, healthy relationship.
But you and your body.
Also beefing.
What?
Also beefing.
What do you mean?
Because your mind is directly connected to your body.
I know, but your body's getting hot.
Well, you can thank my 2 boxing sessions a week for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say that I am actively trying to bail out of tennis tomorrow night, and I need you to know that.
We're not bailing out of tennis tomorrow night.
Makes me anxious, and I actively try and find little ways that I could potentially
enjoy
cancel.
tennis. It's the only thing that I do to move all week.
Right. So it's great if you go.
I don't want to go alone.
You do great. You do so much better when I'm not there. Anyways.
Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna do that thing that you and influencers do, and say I've got like a lot of exciting things coming up I can't talk about yet, and just build anticipation for something that doesn't exist for anybody else yet. Well, and Well, could you walk me through how to do that? Because I've got some exciting things in the works.
Oh, here. So here is how you do it.
Yeah, can you walk me through? So you know what's going on in my life. Very few people do.
Right.
Do you see how I did that? I go, very few people do. It's still very much in the wraps.
No. You're going too far into it. You're going too far into it. Here it goes. It's
actually,
like this.
Let's do an exercise. You set the table for how it is you would describe the things that are coming in my life as a professional.
Like as if I'm making the announcement.
Well, not the announcement, but
the pre-announcement.
Yeah.
It goes like this. Guys, I'm working on something that is so exciting,
Oh my
and
God.
I cannot wait to share it with you. I've been working on it for so long, and I know you're gonna love it. I know you're gonna love it so much. I put my heart and soul into it. My team has been backing this whole project for so long, and it's been in the works, and I'm so close to finally being able to tell you about it. And I promise that I will tell you as soon as I can, and I'm just dying. I'm dying to tell you. But exciting things are coming, and I cannot wait to share them with you. So make sure you follow me on social media, because that'll probably be the first place I announce it. But can't wait to tell you guys what I've been working on. How'd I do?
Hit subscribe.
How did I do?
I'll hit the bell too.
The amount of fucking times that YouTubers, including myself, have done that. But you know what I will say is that, like, I've gotten better about choosing which projects that I want to do that with, because sometimes I genuinely feel like that.
Right.
And it's so, especially when it becomes such like, okay, it's like Craftopia, for example, when I wasn't allowed to announce that, but it was consuming my life. It's so hard to vlog authentically about what's happening in your life when you can't talk about what's happening in your life.
I mean, that's actually oddly similar to my scenario.
Yeah, it's not similar.
Yeah.
So anyway, Jeremy's got exciting things coming up, and he can't talk about it yet, but you're going to be so excited when you hear what it is.
It's going to be huge.
Huge.
It's pretty big.
Yeah.
It's sizable.
Yeah.
One might say it's got girth.
No.
No?
No.
No?
It does have girth, but I just don't want to hear that sound again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you rather hear the word girth or hear that sound 7 times?
7 times.
All right, fine. 1-to-1 girth of the sound.
1-to-1. I might actually take the sound.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, well, that wasn't an invitation.
Girth.
Actually, you know what? Maybe no. I take girth. The
Girth.
word. Yeah. Yeah.
So girth. It's the inflection.
It's the inflection for sure.
Okay, so beyond us teasing that, we've got merch coming out. It's pretty fucking sick.
You saw it last episode.
Did you put the hat?
Oh, we didn't talk about the hat.
We've got a dad hat coming out. No, but like we wanted to find the balance between, and I don't know the price point on this because no one tells me anything. And also I don't deserve to know anything because it's not my wheelhouse. But anyway, we wanted to find different priced objects so that people could like have their, okay, got it. Can't afford that. It's a little bit cheaper. We can get this, but the quality's still fucking fire. Because Fanjoy Chris. And Felicia Fox.
And embroidery dad hats coming soon.
Embroidered dad hats.
Yeah. They're also print on demand, which is great. So like as soon as someone orders them, they just like get printed and shipped out to them.
Yeah.
It's great.
And I am a cutie in a hat.
You're a cutie in a hat.
Lauren, if I were to wear a 3-piece custom bespoke Tom Ford suit or the option was me to show up in some gray sweatpants and some Lululemon hoodies, Lauren would pick the latter every time.
Depends on where we were going.
Okay.
But if I was building a sim, right, to make them look really hot, I would build the sim as the second option there.
Got it.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Speaking of sim, did you want to tell people about your coin? Or are you good?
My coin?
Yeah, your Lord DIY coin on BitClout?
No, I don't even know what I'm talking about on BitClout. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on.
Got it. Well,
I'm for sale as a coin.
Jakey Diamond Hands Udell.
Yeah, I'm for sale as a coin, and I don't know what that means. It's not an NFT, but I don't really know what's going on. But you can buy me as a coin, right?
You can.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
I think I own some of me.
I own some of you.
I own some of me too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We own some of us.
I have no idea what's going on.
Anyway. Okay, so did you set the table or do you want me to set the table?
Go ahead. Friends don't let friends live with anything less than amazing hair. So think of us as your friends who want you to be happy and to try Function of Beauty. Function of Beauty is customizable beauty that helps you tackle your specific hair needs so you can reach your best hair potential.
The process is pretty simple. All you have to do is take a quiz to tell them a little bit about your hair type and your hair goals such as lengthen, volumize, and oil control. Then you can pick a fragrance and color or go fragrance and dye free. After you're all finished, Function of Beauty will create your personal formula and ship the product out to you.
Function of Beauty never uses sulfates or parabens. Every ingredient they use is vegan and cruelty-free. There are over 54 trillion different formulas, so you know you're getting the one that best fits your specific needs. Before Function of Beauty, I had a few different conditioners that I'd rotate through, or would just like straight up mix multiple brands, and we have finally graduated past that. With over 50,000 five-star reviews, you can trust that Function of Beauty is here to help you achieve your hair goals.
Never buy off the shelf just to be disappointed ever again. Go to functionofbeauty.com/wild9 to take your quiz and take 20% off your first order. That applies to their full range of customized hair, skin, and body products. Go to functionofbeauty.com/wild9 to let them know we sent you, and you'll get 20% off your order. functionofbeauty.com/wild9. We're back with one of our favorite sponsors, BetterHelp. You know, Lauren and I are advocates for prioritizing your mental health, and BetterHelp is here to help you with just that. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist, allowing you to connect in a safe and private online environment.
Oh my God, like what did I give myself this week on my weekly anxiety rating? It was not good. It was below 5. It was below 5
Definitely
for sure.
below 5.
Things are weird in the world right now, and so many of us are feeling it. Being able to get the help that you need from your own home has been crucial during this time. It's not a crisis line. It's not self-help. It's professional counseling done securely online. You can send a message to your counselor at any time and receive timely and thoughtful responses. They also provide the option to schedule weekly video or phone sessions. I've done both video and phone sessions and have found both options to be so much more relaxing and efficient.
We know sometimes getting help can be out of your budget, but BetterHelp is less expensive than other services, and they also offer financial aid. This service is offered worldwide, and it's convenient, affordable, and professional. Anything you share with your counselor is confidential. Find the particular expertise you need online, and don't limit yourself to counselors in your area by signing up for BetterHelp.
We want you to start living a happier life today. As a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/WT9. Join over 1 million people who've taken charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/WT9.
So Lauren sent me a TikTok that we should show and find some way to pull the audio so we don't get this whole thing demonetized. But Lauren sent me a TikTok that is, how'd you describe it? So if you've had ears or a telephone and the internet for the last week, you've probably seen the fact that the Suez Canal is currently jammed by a boat that is longer than the Empire State Building is tall, just fucking sideways.
Yep.
And I didn't know this until maybe a couple hours ago. Do you know how it happened?
Yeah, I was wondering how this happened. Yeah, how did this happen?
Long story short, the fucking driver who was going through the Suez Canal, I guess the boat just lost power for a little bit.
and it
and
drifted?
just went and just kept going. And it's not like they have like a string on a rudder where you can just like pull it back.
Yeah.
And so the bow of this fucking ship or the front of it just went into the fucking side of it, just lodged it in there.
Right.
And now it is like the biggest like blocker for anything in and out, both fucking sides. And Lauren sent a video. We'll try and fucking show it here. But like, it is hilarious to see just how much is fucked. It's not hilarious. It is ironic to see just how much this one boat that went a little bit sideways has fucked the entire world's global supply chain.
Literally. I love the internet. I really do. I hate the internet sometimes, but I really love the internet. And I love when the internet picks just like a wholesome ass meme. You know what I mean? Like no one is the butt of this joke here. It's no one's fault. No one's getting put down. You know what I mean? Like there's no cruelty involved in this in like what a lot of internet culture sometimes is based around.
A lot of bullying. And
there's so much bullying, so much fucking bullying. And this is just some fucking grade A wholesome ass humor. One of the funniest memes was, and you know what? Hopefully by the time this podcast goes up, that the Suez Canal is unblocked.
I mean, it's gotta be.
I mean, so I think right now their current like plan of action is to start taking
disassembling the
shit
boat
off. Yes, it's so heavy. But I just love the meme where it's like the huge ass boat and there's a tiny little baby tractor on the side of it trying to like push it away, and obviously it's doing absolutely nothing.
Well, they're trying to clear, I think, the land around it so they can like move itself. I don't think they're trying to push it away. They're trying to like excavate.
That makes so much more sense. But it's just the funniest fucking picture because everyone's being like, I'm trying to think of like what people are saying. like it would be like the boat would be the Suez. Oh no, the
Evernote?
Ever
Away?
No, hang on, please hold.
Ever Given.
Ever Given. So it's like the Ever Given is in the photo to the right, and it'll say like my anxiety. And then the little excavator, the little tiny little baby tractor will be like someone saying, it's okay, don't be anxious. And it's like push, you know what I mean? Like it's just so funny, the memes that are coming out of this. It is hilarious. I love it. I love it so much. I love the internet.
Every once in a while, the internet gets it right.
Every once in a while, the internet gets it right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's like the most raw and honest visual depiction of how every part of your fucking life, it's like so many things can go in well, but if one little thing isn't going well, nothing else fucking matters.
I'm also the queen of that. If one thing goes wrong in my day, you know what the best example of this is? Is like if you're kind of having a bad day and I'm sure this has happened to literally everyone. Nothing makes me more irate. If you're kind of having a bad day, like it hasn't fully committed to being a bad day. So like a few things have gone like a little annoyingly wrong, but like nothing like catastrophic. And then you catch the door handle in the loop of your jeans and you get fucking ripped back. There is nothing that makes that is the straw that breaks the camel's back. It is the teetering moment into a horrible day.
And now compound that and do it in public. Just throw the day away.
Just throw the day.
Throw the day away.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the rest of it off.
Yes.
There's some things you can't come back from.
And that's one of them.
That's one of them.
That's one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that, or like you're in the car on the way to work back when we used to commute and just would spill on yourself before you even get to like you have to then figure out, am I going to lie and come up with a bunch of grander lie about how I can't go to work because I got to go change my shirt? Or are you just going to show up and all day then explain to yourself, no, I'm just a fucking slob?
I always wondered if that's why people had shirts, like especially like when I lived in Toronto or commuting anytime from like my hometown to Toronto, why people had shirts hanging in their back seats. Is that why?
I think they went to the dry cleaner.
Oh.
And that's not something that you do.
Oh, yeah, I don't dry clean.
Which is a whole other can of worms.
That's yeah, they just keep moving on.
That's okay.
Just keep moving on.
Can you think of anything that's a parallel to that? Because I can.
What the fuck? My whole life is like that. I'm just such a sensitive person that like if one thing is going wrong, it just bleeds into everything. Literally everything. But I think like the biggest parallel of like my life and the Suez Canal situation is like when I was so deeply unhappy in my job and making like content that I just didn't want to be making, like that made everything worse.
What do you mean?
Like I was just an unhappy person. Like when you're doing something that makes you like, the one pinnacle item, right? That I was in control. Well, I guess this isn't quite a parallel because I was technically in control. The Ever Given. Fuck, how do we forget it already? What is it? The Ever Given? I want to keep saying Katniss Everdeen for some reason.
Yeah, so it's Katniss Everdeen or Ever Given. It's either one.
Okay, so Katniss Everdeen.
Yeah.
So Katniss Everdeen is sitting there and she's stuck. And she's like, fuck, I am stuck. You know what I mean? Like Katniss Everdeen doesn't have anything. She has no control over the situation. But like when I was making shitty YouTube videos, like I had full control of that situation. So it's not quite the same parallel, but like in the sense that I was blocking myself from being happier and just like better.
Yeah, but you're like a happy, unhappy person.
Happy, unhappy. Right. But that's why I shoot myself in the foot so often, because I can isolate the unhappy sometimes if it's been going on for so long. Like, so I think also
healthy.
Super healthy. Like, oh God, it's just such a, I mean, we've talked about this before. It's like when I was unhappy, making shitty content that I wasn't happy with. I was also simultaneously being awarded with money and views and fans. And so like I was somehow able to justify and isolate that like little island of unhappy. And I think overall it made me a less happy person, just like in general, because I wasn't excited about like my main element of life.
Which is?
Work. Creativity.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really lucky in that like my job is also like my passion project, and like a lot of people don't get to say that. So like I don't want to get it fucking twisted that I don't have the best job in the entire world.
Right.
I do. But I had such a I don't know, the situation was.
Well, I mean, like who was I talking to the other day? It doesn't matter. Anyway, I was talking to somebody the other day about it was like a business guy who was talking about like how do you make money with a podcast kind of thing? Because he's like very much in business and was like fascinated the fact that like you make money with a podcast. And he was like talking to me about it. And he goes, wow, it's insane to me because he had just read a stat from like a nerdy, like, the Business Insider or something else of just like business wise of like one of, if not the most highly sought after jobs in America and if not the world is a YouTuber or an influencer. And it's like, what? That's fucking crazy.
No, I believe it though, because kids are growing up in a totally different time.
I wanted to be like an astronaut.
Right.
I don't know why.
Right.
But that's what I wanted to be.
I got into a fight on Twitter with someone about this, actually. I'm not going to lie.
Go on.
Let me find the fucking tweet. He was basically just like shaming all of the creative industries. And I was just one of those moods where I was like, not today, Bill. Oh, here we go. Delian is his name.
Delian?
Yeah, fuck this guy. How depressing. Our society has failed to provide ambitious role models to our children. The top 10 jobs that kids want. YouTuber, 34.2%. Blogger and vlogger, 18.1%. Musician and singer, 16%. Actor, filmmaker, doctor, nurse. My favorite is that doctor, he spelled it D-O-C-T-U-R.
Doctor.
Thank fucking God that he's not a doctor, else everyone would be dead. TV presenter, athlete, teacher, writer, and lawyer.
Got it.
And so he was just like shitting on the creative industries, basically. So I clapped back and I was like, yeah, building an entire empire from home based on something you love, monetizing it and connecting with people in a really positive way super sucks. Worst job ever.
Yeah. What's his name?
Fucking Delian. Get fucked.
Delian?
Get fucked.
What do you think Delian does?
You wish you had a fun creative job.
What do you think Delian does?
Let me see. Hang on.
Let's find out.
Let me FBI this shit real quick. Oh, he is an investor. We have some mutual followers. Some kind of investor. Which actually makes me think that he's probably fucking stupid because like if he can't see the value in the influencer marketing space and you're an investor, get fucked.
I mean, I think it's long been debated, but yes, I couldn't agree more. But also just like, I think we're like opening up our eyes to the fact that like people are going to have different jobs that baby boomers aren't going to see as valuable.
Yes.
That are valuable.
100%. Even just like, the jobs are so different. Because like the digital industry did not exist.
Well, also the industry of like people didn't respect niches until fucking 10 years ago.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the whole idea of getting into a niche was just not sustainable. And there are a lot of ways that it's still not sustainable. Don't get me wrong. But the internet has made those niches a hell of a lot easier to be sustainable.
Oh my God, yeah. Well, I mean, what's fucking Gary V's like go-to thing is that if you are passionate about jam, you can have your corner of the internet where you can do your jam business and you can find people on the internet that love like niche jam.
I love jam.
You love jam.
I would pay a premium for the right jam.
You would pay the premium for luxurious jam.
I would.
And that person can quit their day job, their shitty 9-to-5 that they fucking hate, and make bomb ass jam.
Yeah. But also, like, I think that's the great thing about, like, that is the best part about the internet. It connects people's interests, if you want it to, better than you ever could in your own micro, like, city.
Yes, 100%. When I think about, like, who I hung out with when I loved crafting growing up, no one. I crafted by myself.
Right.
I sat at the kitchen table fucking gluing beads to paper and painting around it. Like, I didn't have anyone.
When I played sports for a decade longer than I should have, the only reason I did is because, like, every single time I picked up anything that wasn't a ball that I could throw was like, I didn't know you were gay.
Oh my God, yeah.
Well, if being gay is singing, okay. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like it's and if I had the internet at the time to go, there are other people like me who don't necessarily like penis, but like singing.
The arts is completely not even connected to sexuality. Like 20 years ago.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
20 years ago, for people it was.
Well, because they just like anything that wasn't just like the pinnacle of masculinity was just like, well, it's got to be gay.
Right.
It's got to be
100%.
gay. In fact, if you walk yourself back to Alabama right now, or a lot of the South, it feels the same way. It's changing. Like when I was in Kentucky, when I got there, to compare to like what it is now,
right,
night and day.
Right.
Long way to go, but it's just like
but progression in the right direction.
Old habits die hard.
Yeah. You know what though? When I see people like JoJo Siwa come out, when I see people like Lil Nas X doing what the fuck Lil Nas X does, just going the fuck off. And it's just showing people and showing like youth that it is okay to be exactly who you are.
Well, also just if it bothers you so much, move on.
Right.
Move
and also
on.
too, like, I feel like because the internet allows you to connect with people, it's like you can always find someone who's into the same shit or is similar to you. And just like you can find your community.
Yeah.
Even though I am still the #1 noob on Reddit, I will say that I love nothing more than being in the Bull Terrier subreddit because like these are my people.
It's very apparent. That
These
those
are my people.
I know.
My friends, I have to be conscious of how many photos I send of Moose or like even other bull terriers to them because like they love Moose. Don't get me wrong. They think he's like one of the best dogs ever, but like
Right.
they don't have the burning love that I do for bull terriers. And so with the bull terrier subreddit, I found my people.
Yeah. If I was going to have to choose like a retirement community for you tomorrow,
Yes.
I would say, is there one that kind of just like puts bull terrier memes above others?
Right.
And it's not even necessarily memes. You don't even do the meme.
Oh, it's not a meme. It's
you
just a
want
photo.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will gladly look at a bull terrier sitting on a couch.
What community do you think has benefited most from the internet, and what community do you think has had most of its pride taken away from the internet?
Ooh. I mean, I want to say the LGBTQIA plus community has probably benefited the most.
Yes.
And like that, and I think like any niche, overarching niche, I feel like, because you can connect with people.
Well, also, I think for people that like are on their way out of this world who thought that acronym that you say a lot better than I do, because I feel like I kind of missed the last two. You give it to me one more time.
LGBTQIA plus.
LGBT, got that part. QIA plus. Okay, got it. I just learned it that quick. It's not that hard. If you haven't figured it out, figure it out. I think they thought it was a lot more niche
Yeah.
than it is.
Right.
Than it was and is.
Well, also just sexuality is so fluid now. So
yeah.
and that's why like it's just so fluid. So it's not even, I don't know.
Well, I also think that as someone who grew up in a very religious family, I also think that the amount of information that is going out and trying to figure out how to delineate if you are a part of this community, you can no longer be a part of this community.
Right.
It's just like, no, there might be some gray area, or no, maybe the Old Testament isn't the thing that we're all going to hang our hat on, or oh, maybe there's enough space for everyone to live in a world where not everyone has to be wrong for other people to be right.
Right.
Sorry, my tangent.
No, go off, babe.
I
Go off, spoob.
went off.
Go off, spoob.
I'm done going off. Back to you. Oh, okay, got it. So that's the one that benefited the most. Which one got kicked in the dick the most?
Oh my God, I'm so sorry if that was like an actively loud swallow.
It's okay.
Probably like crime rings.
Crime rings?
Crime rings. Yeah, because I feel like before, like I want to say like harassment,
Yeah.
assault,
Yeah.
like police brutality of any kind, like the shit that just happened and no one knew about. You know what I mean? Like I think now that we have the internet and you can share and people have access to that information.
I think crime rings are still alive and well. I think maybe the mob. I think the mob took a hit.
You think?
Yeah. I don't
Okay.
think the mob is as strong as it used to be.
I know nothing about the mob.
Well, I watched The Sopranos.
Okay. That's my parents' favorite show right now. Did you watch the whole thing?
Yeah.
My parents, you should FaceTime my mom. She would love to talk to you
She
about
hasn't
Sopranos.
seen the whole Sopranos?
They just finished.
They just finished? Controversial ending.
Yeah, I have no idea. You should call Gail and talk with her about this.
You wouldn't like The Sopranos. It's not for you.
She told me that I would, and I was like,
That you would like it?
Yeah.
Oh, we can try.
That's okay. There's so many. I get intimidated when there's a show that has like 14 seasons going into it.
Yeah, Sopranos and Mad Men both kind of fall in that same bucket because it's just like they're season 1, 2, 3, like, woo, yeah, last season, absolutely. And then in the middle, it's like they got like renewed for like 6 seasons.
Right.
And the guys were like, oh, okay.
Let's drag this shit out.
Well, okay, we'll just take our sweet time. And it's not to say that there's not, good information there, but like, yeah. Hopefully that doesn't happen with our podcast.
So the mob took a hit.
I think the mob took a hit.
Okay.
Because I don't think because crime rings, think about it. I mean, there's a lot of pyramid schemes going on the internet. There's a lot of phishing. There's a lot of like scammy things that you can like exploit. There's a lot of, hey, send me 100 Bitcoin and I'll send you 1,000 back. Which by the way,
that old good old deal.
By the way, if anyone wants to send us Bitcoin, that would be great.
We will accept it.
We will accept it.
Yes.
I don't know if we'll send anything back, but we will accept that.
We will accept it. Yeah.
We should accept Bitcoin on our Shopify site. That'd be sick.
Yeah. I don't necessarily know if we'd get any bites with that one, but
it'd be pretty cool if we did.
Love the idea.
Should we start our own coin?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That seems like a lot.
Okay.
The Lord DIY coin is like too overwhelming for me, and I don't even know what's going on.
I'll circle
there.
back on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, I just wanted to kind of get like a quick read from you on that.
Okay.
That's all. So as far as what if you were given the chancellor or chancellor gender specific? I don't think it is.
Chancelette.
Angela Merkel is. I for sure butchered that. I believe it's the chancellor of Germany. is Angela, right? Angela?
I have no idea.
Fuck. Sorry, everyone from Germany. There's probably only about 100 of you, but you're all mad at me now.
Yes.
And I'm so sorry.
Yes.
My American is showing. Anyway, if you were the chancellor of the Suez Canal, how would you fix that problem?
Fuck. I just like, I don't know. I don't know.
You know who has a majority of that shit?
Who?
Or not majority, but a lot of it? IKEA.
Really?
Yeah, it's like 50,000. Like just IKEA is just, yeah, the amount of people's like bed frames that are on that thing, not good.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit. That's tough. That's tough. Wait, we didn't react to the TikTok.
Oh, let's do it.
Okay.
But shouldn't we have already played that?
Well, we kind of missed the boat on that one. Okay, so for our audio only listeners, I'm gonna walk this out for you. Okay, so we've got Katniss Everdeen in the little thing. Katniss Everdeen is the only bitch that can get through at one time, and she's blocking the whole thing. And you pull out, there's a map, and then you see every other boat that can now not go through that one channel because of Katniss Everdeen. And it is overwhelming how many little dots are on
both
the
fucking
map.
sides.
On both sides. Well, because there's only one way in, one way out.
One way in, right? Yeah.
And it's like one of the main. Oh my god, that is so stressful to watch. Holy shit.
But also like a good indication that maybe similar to like our own lives, we should have a backup plan, and the backup plan shouldn't be going south of Africa.
Yeah, having to go all the way around.
Right.
Yeah, that ain't it.
Wait, so like in your own mental health journey, you
Yeah.
have like you don't just have like one solution, right? There are multiple things.
Yeah.
That sounded like a no.
There is. Like I've got like my 911 exit plan,
Which is called Xanax.
which is called Xanax.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
like the restart button. Or
Okay.
the Control Alt Delete.
I would say that's the shutdown button.
It's the shutdown button.
That's when you hold power.
Right. You hold power and it stops everything it's doing,
In
and
about
then you
15
come
to
back.
25 minutes.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Exactly.
You come back and everything's still hot.
Yes.
And like things are still like
Little slow.
It goes, you restarted because of a problem.
Yes.
Would you like us to restore? And you restore things and like about half of everything is saved.
Yeah.
Honestly, a lot closer as a depiction that I would have anticipated going into that
Yeah,
analogy.
that's a not far off.
Yeah.
It's not far off.
Yeah.
So you've got your 911 option. You also have got like your therapy, grounding, breath work options,
Oh.
which they're good.
Lauren today almost killed me because we were in the middle of like a little tiff, and it's not anything bigger than that. And I do this thing sometimes when Lauren gets really, 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 really tense, where I go,
Ooh. Ooh.
and every woman on this podcast is gonna go, you fuck, and
You
every guy's gonna go
fucking-
like, yeah, you idiot. And so I do this thing sometimes where she'll like be
You know what? You only do this too when we're so close to being on the same page about something, and it just sets us back 10 steps.
So when I sense that Lauren's a little on edge, maybe even
You've put me on edge.
Anyway.
You put me there. You put me there.
anyway, point is, when I sense that things are just a little bit too tense, I'll do this thing where I go, okay, and I audibly breathe to create space. And Lauren looks at me as if
No, it's not to take space. You're completely not telling this properly. I'm gonna drop kick you all the way to Katniss Everdeen.
Did you want to interject?
Yeah. I do. I would like to.
So that was my perspective, but okay.
So when Jeremy thinks that he is winning, and I'm
This is the thing with you. You think it's more of a competition than I do. I swear.
no, but okay. Anyway, so let me give my perspective. So when what?
I love this. This is funny.
When Jeremy, actually, maybe it's not when you're winning. Yeah, and here's
What is this winning thing?
here's healthy tip number 1 is that you are winning or you're losing it.
No, if anyone's winning or losing, you're both losing.
I'm kidding. That's very toxic. When Jeremy feels like when I'm starting to overheat, right? So if I'm the laptop again, and Jeremy thinks that I'm en route
on the brink of
overheat.
Uh-huh.
Except for when the shutdown button is my fist in your face, it's not like a go somewhere else. It's like a top explosion level, right, of anger.
Uh-huh.
So when Jeremy thinks that I'm building towards that, he'll pause and he'll insinuate that I need to breathe and take a breath.
How fucking dare I?
And it's not to create space.
Okay.
It's to insinuate that I'm getting too worked up and too emotional about what we're talking about, and you're trying to take control of the situation and tell me that you are already in control, but I am losing control. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is why Jeremy almost dies when we are so close. We are so close to being on the same page.
I think that's a very jaded way to look at that, but okay.
So, if you want to make your partner irate, you pause the conversation, especially when you're super, super close to like being done and it's like about to like be okay again. And you tell them to take a breath. And
I don't say take a breath.
You're like, oh, breathe. And I'm like, I'm so angry.
One might say that reaction means that I might have been onto something. But yeah, I hear you. People in the audio side, they're like, are they okay?
Are they fine? Should I leave?
I don't think that people that can't talk about the way that they act when they're upset are ready to talk about how they
You're only allowed to say
quabble.
that. You only allowed to say that if you're not the one inflicting the reasons why they need to be upset, though.
I don't understand.
Of course you don't.
Explain it to me. I'm dumb.
Okay, if you were Katniss Everdeen, what would you do to fix the situation?
I'd call up that little short fucker. What's his name?
PETA?
Yeah,
Yeah, PETA is really short, actually.
PETA.
Yeah.
The backstory of PETA.
So
PETA and I had an ex-fling.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I bet PETA did not like that you were like 10 inches taller.
I don't think he did at all.
Yeah, I don't think that
Yeah.
PETA would like that.
My
That's so
bad.
nice.
My bad, Joshy Poo.
That's so nice.
You know, whatever.
I had such a crush on him, and this is going to sound so mean. I had such a crush on him, and then I realized how short he was.
That's mean.
It's mean.
That's mean.
It's mean.
That's mean.
I
He
know.
can't help it.
I know.
He can't help it.
I know.
Just like I couldn't help it that I grew up to be very tall and,
Right.
you know, above average height
It's no one's fault.
and oddly proportional, as we've discussed.
Right.
Except for my body's not that proportional.
Okay.
Just
You're long.
what?
What?
Yeah, I'm long.
Body wise,
Yeah.
you are a fucking long boy.
Yeah, I'm a beanstalk.
You're a beanstalk.
I'm a
yeah.
beanstalk,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're a beanstalk for sure.
Yeah.
Fucking, we can't get past this. Okay, so if I was Katniss Everdeen, I can't believe it's all IKEA stuff on there. I saw another funny TikTok where someone was driving by. We were just all over the place today.
No one has ever wondered if we're
Yeah.
ADHD
ever.
until this
Yes.
podcast.
Yes.
And now they can both see that we are both.
Yes. Yes.
We have so much exciting shit going on.
Yeah.
We're on the precipice also of announcing so much of it. But
Yeah.
we can't talk about it.
Yes.
Subscribe.
There's another funny TikTok where the guy is driving by, and so he's filming Katniss Everdeen, and he was like,
Which is the Ever Given, in case anyone's hopping on a little bit
we
late.
are all we're all
Got
there.
it.
We're
It's
all
all
on the same
Katniss
page.
Everdeen.
Wait, what did he
Got it.
say? Fuck, I don't want to twist his words because his joke was funny and I don't want to mess it up. Oh wait, I think I can play this one.
Great. Let's do
Okay,
it.
hang on, everyone.
We
We're gonna put this on screen as well. But audio listeners, I'm gonna put you up to the mic.
If you're wondering where your order is, it's coming. If you're wondering where your order is, it's coming.
If I worked for Postmates or DoorDash, that's what I would be sending people every time they order.
Oh my God. Oh, that shit is so funny. And he's not filming Katniss Everdeen. He's filming one of the boats who was stuck behind Katniss Everdeen.
Can you imagine? I was talking to my mom about this yesterday. Can you imagine? You are either driving along, mind your own business, going down the Suez as one does, and you see this fucking boat just tank in front of you, and you have nowhere to go. And you're trapped. Not the boat that's trapped, but the one that's fully operational right behind it.
Oh my God, yeah, what happens there?
Or can you imagine? It's like the turn lane where like you're just about to be thwarted off. You're just about to be thwarted off, and you realize you pass your last exit that you could have gone in.
I get so stressed
and
when that
you
happens.
you get the radio that goes, hey, everyone turn back. Don't go. You got to turn back around. Go south. Don't go through the canal. And now you're not even like the second one, the sandwich in there.
Yep.
You're on the end, but you're just past the point of no return.
Right.
Where you can't really back it up.
Yep, that's tough. I wonder if boats can go backwards. I bet they can, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
How? Yes.
I don't know how boats work. No idea. My dad's gonna be so mad that I asked that question. He's a boat guy, kind of.
Well, just either propulsion that way or that way.
Oh yeah, I guess.
And then just a rudder that goes either way.
Okay, so what I thought you were gonna say, and then I was mistaken, was that I thought we were talking about the boat that would have been behind. Like, I wonder how fast boats need to like stop.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, you know when like a train stops and like the train behind it needs like a shit ton of like runoff time to like actually stop.
Right.
I wonder how that works.
Well,
Also, this is a fucking riveting conversation.
no, but I think it's like planes when they're about to like hit the ground.
Yeah.
They start I think they literally hit like the gas in reverse.
Oh.
So it's like they're like going. Well, it's like
Ooh, like in Mario Kart when you hit the drift and you're kind of braking while going.
I don't think that's a good example actually at all.
Okay.
But I think that's actually closer to the train example.
Okay.
Because I think the train, you can't really like, if you started going backwards, it would lock everything and break everything. Whereas the boat example, you can literally like, you're going this way, but you could like fire it the opposite way and it kind of slows everything down.
I have no idea.
Yeah, fuck me, huh? Let's move on. What? That's my general guess. Oh,
my gosh.
Pot sponsor alert. And it's new. Thrive Market. Thrive Market is an online membership-based market on a mission. And that mission is to make healthy living easy and affordable for everyone. They have a wide selection of healthy snack options that are truly incredible.
Snacking is a big part of this household, like a big part, like the survival of us as humans and the survival of also our relationship. It depends on it. And Thrive Market helps make it a little healthier. You can easily shop by 70 plus diets and values like keto, paleo, gluten-free, vegan, non-GMO, fair trade certified, BPA free, and more. Ordering from home and skipping the store is the way to go, always. And with Thrive, you get members-only prices that save an average of $32 on each order.
Thrive Market has the best selection of high-quality, healthy, and sustainable products online. It's a one-stop shop for everything you need. Organic essential groceries, clean beauty, safe supplements, and non-toxic home. Plus, ethical meat, sustainable seafood, clean wine, and more. They have everything you could need in one shop. Thrive Market is good for you and the planet because every order over $49 is shipped for free and delivered with carbon neutral shipping with their zero waste warehouses.
Join Thrive Market today and get 25% off your first order and an exclusive free gift. The only way to get this offer is by going to thrivemarket.com/wild. That's THRIVE market.com/wild to get the exclusive offer of 25% off your first order and a free gift. You cannot get this offer anywhere else. Go to thrivemarket.com/wild. Jeremy, dear
Yes,
sir,
my love.
how are
Everything.
Give me a Katniss Everdeen moment in your life.
What?
Are you Katniss Everdeaning right now in any way?
Oh, where like one thing's jamming me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you jammed?
I'm jammed.
Okay.
I'm plugged up. I'm backed up. I'm backed up.
Do you need a Pepto?
No. I need
Do you need a Pepto?
No, there's one thing that I need and I'm already in the works for it.
Okay.
You know what it is.
I do.
You teed that up as if I could talk about it.
I was hoping that you would give me a different answer.
Okay. Have I ever Katniss Everdeened?
You've definitely Katniss Everdeen at some point.
Yes, I have. I'm just trying to figure out which Katniss Everdeen I want to talk about.
Okay, well, lay it on us.
I think the biggest Katniss Everdeen I've ever been in is when you stick in any agreement, whether it's personal, business, a mixture, hybrid, too long.
When you what?
When you're in any relationship that just stays a little past the welcome time.
Yep.
The expiration
I
date.
am fucking notorious for that.
I think some people are so and you know what? It's different because I think that back in the day when like you made a decision and a commitment, you stuck with that for life.
Yeah.
And that doesn't necessarily like stick with the modern era very well.
You know what? This is actually very similar to like my medication situation is that like you stay because you're comfortable and you know what to expect.
Yeah.
And then it's just like that moment of uncomfortability.
Right.
And sometimes it works out for the best.
Right,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? Like, and because
you'll stick with it.
You'll stick with it. So you stick with it and you know, it's sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. And then, so I left the land of comfort and, you know, took myself to rock bottom. But, and this is like where we had our conversation yesterday when we realized that things are really bad. I got comfortable being in rock bottom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I found not routine, but like things felt, I don't want to say comfortable because I'm fucking not comfortable.
Yeah. But like no one chooses alcoholism.
Right.
No one chooses being
But
addicted.
you get stuck in that pattern, that routine.
Yeah.
And so then to like leave, so I'm Katniss Everdeening. I was, before I sent that email to my psychiatrist, I was Katniss Everdeening myself and I was stuck.
You were.
Stuck.
You were.
And unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I hope to unstick and go to Bikini Bottom.
Yeah.
If someone did listen to this podcast from the beginning and they just hopped in at any moment, between Katniss Everdeen and Bikini Bottom, they'd be like, what in the actual fuck is going on?
No, I think anyone who's used to us at this point, especially the folks in, Latvia, Brazil,
Tasmania.
India, and Tasmania.
Yes.
Those people in particular.
Really get it.
They get it.
They get it.
They get us.
They get it.
Everybody else from America and Canada, it's a crapshoot. It's a crapshoot. Speaking of America and Canada, how excited are you by the idea that we might be able to go see parts of America and Canada sooner than later?
Very excited. I also wait, actually maybe I shouldn't talk about this. I think I bamboozled myself. I think I can bamboozle, not the system, but there are workarounds. Not workarounds. There are very legal and allowed ways for a Canadian to go back to Canada.
Did you want to share that system
I'm not entirely sure.
Okay. I didn't think we are going to take it there, but yeah.
Yeah. No, but I think once I'm vaccinated, you can't come. It's only because like Canada has to accept me back as a citizen. But I think that there is a system in which I could go back to Canada.
What will you do if you go to Canada?
Yeah.
Everything's fine. And then you go back to the border and like, nah, you can't come back. And it's just, you're without me and Moose for the foreseeable future.
Control-Delete.
Okay.
Yeah. Restart button.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
What if they were like, it's going to take 6 months? Fuck, what would you do?
Control-Delete.
Okay, what would you actually do?
What would I actually do?
Yeah.
I don't know. Spoob, I don't know. You made me cry. I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
Moose and I'd be fine. I mean, we might starve to death, but we'd be fine.
You would literally starve to death.
Yeah.
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 Jeremy, I go to the grocery store like once a week, and Jeremy doesn't even know what Jeremy needs in the kitchen because Jeremy just eats what I put in the kitchen.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got mad the other day for not having any syrup. And we use two different syrups. I have like a lower sugar syrup and Jeremy has like a full sugar syrup.
Yeah, you have light.
Yeah,
Life is too short.
Okay, you know what though? I like so much syrup that it is not okay how many calories and just like how sugary it is if I were to use regular syrup. So the compromise is that I can use as much syrup as I want, but it's the fake sugar syrup, which is probably equally as bad for you, you know, like in the grand scheme of things, but it makes me feel better. And so anyways, where I was going with this, that Jeremy uses a separate syrup. And so I didn't know that the Jeremy syrup was gone.
The Jeremy syrup?
And he got mad when there was
sorry.
no Jeremy syrup for him to use.
The Jeremy syrup.
Yeah, maybe let's not say that. That's not good. Well, let me backtrack that.
Let's double down on that.
Yeah, let's double down on that. The Jeremy.
That's sticky.
Yeah, I hate that. The syrup that Jeremy uses, he was mad when it was gone. And I was like, Jeremy.
I'm mad.
You were outraged at our Postmates.
I was mad that I didn't get any syrup with the order of pancakes.
Anyways, the conversation was, Jeremy, I can't buy you more syrup that you like unless you tell me that you are out of syrup.
I'm just saying, how would I eat pancakes without syrup? It makes no sense.
I mean, I agree.
That's dumb.
No, but then you refused to use the light syrup as well. So
Well, that's not real syrup.
yeah. So you Katniss Everdeen'd yourself in this situation.
Actually, I'm pretty sure there was syrup. I just didn't have enough of it. Yeah, there was. They didn't mess up at all. I'm just being a persnickety bitch.
Persnickety bitch.
I don't feel like you needed to double down on that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, so we outside of
What?
Oh, you just had
Oh.
as if you were about to burst through the scene. Must have been exciting to say.
Nope.
No. Okay, got
Yeah.
it. So we have outside of our general. You still with us?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
We'll start again here. So outside of having a lot of announcements, you look like you're about to either fall asleep or cry. That's what I'm saying.
I got the post yawn tearies. Okay, go ahead.
So outside of the announcements we can't talk about that we've hyped up, the merch that's not available but we talked about, and the mental health journey that I'm sure is going to lead us out of rock bottom
Yes.
and into bikini bottoms.
Yes, thank God.
For the boys.
Ugh.
What?
Ugh.
Why is it bad that I want to see you in bikini bottoms?
I mean, you can be sad and look good in bikini bottoms.
No one likes a sad girl in bikini bottoms. That's sad.
I am a sad girl in bikini bottoms.
No. You're en route to being a happy girl in bikini bottoms.
Well.
Anyway, we got some fucking fire guests coming up.
Yep.
We have some non-traditional or people that I don't think people are going to expect us to have on.
Yeah? You think?
Yeah.
Okay. Also, if there's anyone specific that you guys want to see as a guest, we will try to make that happen as much as we possibly can through our limited connections of people. It's also just like having not really met anyone new for the last
Year.
14 months.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird with networking.
It's weird because as a salesperson, you don't have a soul and you're used to reaching out to people and being like, when can you give me 10 minutes for me to sell you something that you don't think you want right now? Like I'm used to that conversation.
Yeah.
It's weird when it comes to people's time though.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I have no problem saying I have done my outside research of your business and give me 15 minutes. And that part doesn't seem weird to me. It does seem weird to be like, hey, we've never met in person. Would you like to come on our podcast?
Totally.
That's weird.
Right.
Even though it's not. It shouldn't be weird.
But it is.
But it is weird because we haven't seen each other in person.
Yep.
And also the thought of like having a remote in with people we've never met is weird.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not great.
It's not good at all.
It's not good.
But that's coming to a close-ish.
Soon.
Sooneth.
Super sooneth.
Sooneth. I'm so excited to take off these jeans, finish my laundry that I did, sit on the couch. I wish we had more Marvel movies, but we've watched them all.
Oh my God, Jeremy and I watched the entire MCU in timelines order.
So we watched all of X-Men beginning to end.
I forgot why we did that.
Which is also Marvel. And then we watched all of Marvel.
Yes.
Beginning to end.
And now we're lost.
And now we're lost. We have no purpose. We have no purpose. You know what I'd like to watch?
What would you like to watch?
I think that there's some good international things out there.
Okay.
That like Money Heist-esque kind of things.
Loved Money Heist.
So if you are from particularly one of our top countries, which as we said again are Latvia, Tasmania, which is not a country, India and Brazil.
Yes.
Right? Tasmania also, they speak English. So kind of pushes that out there, but not really.
Okay.
I would love to see some international suggestions.
Great. Let us
Do you know
know.
how to see international suggestions?
Yeah.
Okay.
Leave them in the comments.
Leave them in the comments.
Leave them in the comments.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And then back for more next week?
Yes.
Wait, what's next? Is that, do we have a, oh yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, smash that subscribe, hit the fucking bell. Subscribe bell. I didn't know there was a bell part.
That's it for notifications.
Why would you not have hit the bell?
Yeah.
Are there people out there that are subscribed to us that haven't hit the bell?
Yes.
Are you kidding?
Guaranteed.
What do we do about that?
The bell rate is very low. You'd be offended at how low the bell rate is.
Oh, people that click the bell?
Yeah.
Should we kick everyone off that hasn't hit the bell?
No, that'd be very detrimental to us.
Can we see who hasn't hit the bell?
Yes.
We can?
Percentage wise,
They're
yes.
all off. Kick them off. Either we got to be best friends or no friends. I don't want any half and half outs.
All right. You heard it here first.
I do.
Jeremy only wants to be friends with you if you've hit the bell. So hit the bell.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Got it.
What podcast has this been?
This has been motherfucking Frenemies, my favorite podcast of all time.
That is becoming your new favorite.
Quickly becoming my favorite podcast of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
This is Frenemies.
And am I Trisha?
am Trisha. You are Ethan. And that's all for today. Bye.
Night, Latvia.